The Rangers going up 2-0, and everybody thought the Rangers are going to sweep the Devils, the young Devils. They don't look like the team that they were throughout this season because they're too young and their goaltending is not as good as it looked in the beginning of the season, at the end of the season. People were wrong because all the Devil fans that were booing Lindy Ruff and saying fire Lindy in the beginning of the season are probably biting their tongue today because this Devils team, ever since losing back-to-back games 5-1 against the Rangers in Game 1 and Game 2, where they had no answer against that offense, started to outplay the Rangers in Game 3 and then Game 4 and then shutting out the Rangers in Game 5, bringing in a new goaltender from Vanacek, a rookie goaltender, a third-string goaltender that's been absolutely shutting down the Rangers. In the last 3 games, the Rangers have scored 2 goals. They were shut out in game number 5. You cannot win series scoring 2 goals in 3 games. Ask the Islanders.
And the Rangers have a lot more offensive talent than the Islanders, so there should be no excuses for them to not be able to score that types of goals. In Game 4 and Game 5, they were not possessing the puck at all. Yes, the Devils got a little more physical. We expected them to be able to adjust. Lindy Ruff is a veteran coach, won a Stanley Cup with Dallas, but you still have to play physical yourself, which the Rangers, it's been inconsistent, and that's a big problem because when you saw the Rangers run last year, those depth guys being physical was a big key for them, and that's a big key when it comes to possessing the puck and getting that offense going. Also, so many blind passes, so many dumb passes, and they're getting predictable. On a rookie goalie that was a third-string guy most of the year, Mackenzie Blackwood was the backup all year for Vanacek. Akira Schmidt kind of came on later in the season, and when you have a rookie goalie, you want to be able to test him like that in different ways, and the Rangers, I think, have just been so predictable in the way they've played, and they shouldn't be that way with all the offensive depth that they have. I think Shesterkin's been fine. The defense has been kind of up and down. I don't think they're the problem. I think it's more the offense. The offense is so talented. They can score in so many different ways, and they're just not doing it on a third-string goalie.
Panarin in 5 games has 0 goals and 2 assists. Mika Zibanejad has 0 goals and 2 assists. Kaapo Kakko, the young player that everybody thought was going to be a superstar in his 3rd or 4th season, 1 goal and 1 assist. Keandre Miller, 5 games, 1 assist. Vincent Trocheck, who's played very well as far as winning faceoffs and playing defense, in 5 games has 1 assist. Alexis Lafreniere was the number 1 pick 3 years ago in the NHL draft, which I told Ranger fans, trade the pick. 5 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Jacob Trouba, 5 games, getting paid $9 million, who's the captain of the team. 0 goals, 0 assists. Barclay Goodrow, who is a playoff player, won multiple Stanley Cups with Tampa Bay. 5 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Tyler Mott, who is so very important to the New York Rangers in the playoffs last year. They bring him back at the trade deadline. 5 games, 0 goals, and 0 assists. And even the guys like Patrick Kane, one of the best playoff players of this era, 5 games, 1 goal, and 5 assists. That is not enough.
Not for a team that deep. Their entire offense is having to be evolved around Tarasenko and Kreider really doing everything on the offense. Fox has played well offensively, passing.
He hasn't scored any goals in the series.
He hasn't scored any goals, but passing, I think he's done a very good job and setting up the power play in the beginning. But the last 3 games, the power play has also been abysmal. They're not getting into the zone. They're making all
I don't
basic
blame
passes.
Adam Fox. He's played the most. He's one of the best and most talented defensemen in the NHL. He's played over 23 minutes a game.
And I also think a lot of these other defensemen have played well defensively. Ryan Lindgren, who just came back from an injury, I think has played well. I think Trouba defensively has been better in this series. Last year in the postseason, especially against Tampa, he's had his moments where he was taking a lot of bad penalties. But I think defensively he's been good. But you're right, offensively he could definitely do more. But the kid line is a big difference too, because they were so good in the playoffs last year and have just all of a sudden disappeared this year. You mentioned Lafreniere. He was very physical, well-rounded game the first 2 games, and all of a sudden he's disappeared. Kakko had a couple good scoring chances game 3, but besides that, not much. And Patrick Kane, he had that great game 2. I thought he played well in game 3, but not much more beyond that. This is a guy you're expecting to do well in the playoffs. He has almost 60 goals in the playoffs for his career in 3 Stanley Cups.
And the difference between the Devils and the Rangers in the last 3 games, they're getting the goal scoring they need from their best players. Jack Hughes has 3 goals in 5 games. Dougie Hamilton, who's going to win the Norris Trophy this year, 5 games, 1 goal and 2 assists. This is a defenseman. You're getting enough from your superstar players. Timo Meier has not played well in this series. He has no goals and no assists. But I'll tell you what Timo Meier does. He hits. Yep. He's averaging 5 to 6 hits a game. He's causing havoc on the boards. There's a difference in the Rangers and the way the Rangers have played in the series and the way the Devils have played in the series. And I give the Devils a lot of credit and Lindy Ruff a lot of credit. They could have quit, and they didn't. They won 3 games in a row. And then after changing the goaltenders, after they changed Vanacek, after bringing in Akira Schmidt has been unbeatable